This video was brought to you by Stormberg, a better route planner, MisterGreen, Kempower and Marcus Bil. Yo, what's up? We're now in front of the house and finally it is here. Bjørn. No, I'm just kidding. But yes, Bjørn is here. But this is Kia. It's not called e-Niro anymore. It's actually called Niro EV. So fun fact, back in the days when the electric Niro came out in, I think it was 2019, in Korea, it was actually called Kia Niro EV. You will see some of the videos I posted from Korea. I name it Niro EV, but for Europe, it was called e-Niro. And now, the European version is also called Niro EV. So, all right, so we're gonna do a range test of this. I have prepared the car as best as I could. I heated up the garage, I heated the battery. We are charging it up now, back to 100%. So you can see that in the garage, it was actually, what, 20? No, I think it was actually warmer than that. It must be around 25 degrees Celsius because you can see here that this is a car scanner. We have 99.5% on the battery. BMS actually says 96.5. We are charging at 3.3 kilowatt. Here's the voltage, the currents and stuff. And here, yeah, the lowest cell is at 23 degrees and the hottest cell is at 31, maybe closer to the heater I was running in the garage. So we will try to avoid any cold gate. And I think this car also heat scavenges, or it has heat scavenging. So we'll see now. So it's slightly disadvantage for me to start from home because actually from this point here, Alabru to Dal, where I normally start, we have roughly 100-meter elevation. But I figured we have so many good advantages now. We're gonna drive without HVAC and a little bit slower in the beginning to compensate for that. But since this is a new battery, we're going to drive it all the way to almost zero. Okay, not zero, but to measure the battery capacity. So it's the brand spanking new Kia with the new look. You see the one that resembles the EV6. So it's completely different than the classic or the old Niro, the whole interior, everything. I'll show you guys this before in a static view. So today I would focus on the driving part and the range part and the consumption part. So we're gonna wait now. It's gonna finish in 3 minutes. And then I guess we reset everything and off we go. Right, we're on the move now. We've actually been driving for 40 minutes. So yeah, the consumption is remarkably low. Look at this, 151 watt-hour per kilometer. Woohoo! No, but I hit some stau at Skedsmokorset, a little bit outside of Oslo, and it was crawling at around 20-25 kilometers per hour, which is perfect for hypermiling. So, but eventually the consumption should stabilize. But at least we can say that the disadvantage of elevation change has been even out. And you see, I have to cruise at 95. And 95 is actually 90 GPS speed. We have also GPS speed here in car scanner. So far so good. We're gonna pass by Dal soon. So as usual, I would drive all the way to I can show you here, map. I will drive all the way to Rudshøgda and then back again to Dal. And I will do the measurement, distant measurement test. And it should be 230 kilometers. So I guess that's the first checkpoint, right? Oh, no. First checkpoint is to check the weight of this car. I cannot check the weight now because they have control. The trucks are being pulled over to check. So, all right, anyway, consumption is 149. I just turned on the HVAC. Remember, the HVAC has been off for the first 45 minutes. So now let's check the wind. We should have tailwind. You can see in the windsock it's getting torn down. But yeah, we have a little bit of tailwind. That's probably why the consumption is so damn good. Okay, so all good. Now we have to overtake this mother trucker and then we head for Rudshøgda. You see, we're going downhill and I can just disable cruise control. And you see, this is the same behavior as EV6 and Ioniq 5, which is that from now on you have auto steer active all the time, even if you are not in adaptive cruise control. So that's cool. We actually coasted. Well, no, we're not coasting. It didn't pick up enough speed. Also, you see here, for example, the controls here. You see now we are in HVAC, and you can alternate between the HVAC settings or the other settings, just like in EV6 and Ioniq 5. So they made this Niro to have the same look and feel or the same user experience like the other ones. Yeah, I'm gonna try to coast again now. It's actually regenerating a little bit when I try to coast. And then here we have drive mode button is here for switching between sport and eco. And actually, at first I used eco mode, but it's getting too cold. So, I had to crank up the heat to 23 degrees Celsius. So I was like, whatever. We could just use normal mode. This car is efficient regardless. Oh no, I have to go faster. So look at this. Still 146 watt-hour per kilometer. One of the rivals we will compare against is Adia. And Adia averaged around 170 to 175. Yeah, roughly 175 watt-hour per kilometer. This one should be maybe 160 only by the time we turn around and start getting the headwind again. Now we're going to do the coasting test. We have this downhill. So we have to look here at the battery power when it drops below 0. But even when I have the regen on the lowest, if we just, yeah, I can show you, but if I just disengage now and try to coast, it will regen a little bit, you see? So that's why we have to put the car in neutral. And now it goes positive because then we are just spending some HVAC and screens. So now we should roll at the fast or the best possible way. And we also have tailwind. And this car, you know, the Korean car seems to have good drivetrain efficiency. And I think they have low friction in the gearbox and wheel bearings and everything. So we will see. The only problem today is that there is some traffic, so I might need to hug the left lane. We'll see. Yeah, we're picking up speed. Wait, we have tailwind even. Seems like we have worse result than the MEB cars. Huh? You guys see this? Here we see this one here is the GPS speed. So we have to wait until this one hits 90 kilometers per hour. Okay, we're going to try to hunker down behind the truck here, try to get a little bit of coasting done, or drafting even. But oh, really? Or maybe the motor has a little bit of drag pulls because it's PM motor. I'm not sure. Yeah. Versus the MEB cars. So maybe this test is not too scientific. I think it's just find it a little bit interesting or fun. Yeah, it's more like a fun test. Oh, wait a minute. We're still going behind this truck. We are drafting by the truck. Oh no, 90. That's it, 90. We hit 90. Okay. Well. You see, I get the impression that, well, I should overtake that one. No, I'm in neutral. I get the impression that this car, the e-Niro, was great when it came out in 2019, but in 2022, it's not that great compared to all the other cars that came out in between. Let's say the MEB cars, right? For you guys who don't know what I'm talking about, the MEB cars is the MEB platform from Volkswagen, VAG, like ID4, ID3, Skoda Enyaq, Q4 e-tron, Cupra Born. They use the MEB platform. Yeah, now you guys know. So this car has the Active Plus trim, so it's roughly the middle trim, and I don't see any Harman Kardon written on the speakers here, so I guess this is just a standard system. And I remember when I look on the website, you have to go for some of the higher trims to get Harman Kardon. But Harman Kardon is not just Harman Kardon. It depends how it has been implemented in every car. Just like Bang & Olufsen. You know, Bang & Olufsen in, for example, Ford Mach-E doesn't sound nearly as good as Bang & Olufsen in Audi e-tron, for example. But okay, so this one, standard sound system, let's try it. This one is going to listen to the bass, and everything is flat, by the way. Bass, equalizer, everything, noise processing. Oh, nice and deep bass. But I feel it's kind of vibrating in the right door. Really? It's fairly deep, the bass, but it kind of lacks that punch that some of the other high-end system has. Okay, next one. I think it's probably because the subwoofer in the back there, so it gets a little bit boomy. rather than having it more centered in the front. You know, the whole sound stage sounds a bit muffled. And the treble is, I mean, it's loud enough, but it seems like over crisp, like almost as, well actually, well that one was nice. Yeah. I mean, it sounds crisp, but sometimes it sounds a bit unnatural, as if you over sharpen an image. But it sounds great for a standard system. Next one, okay. Arctic Circotron, yes, we're going there by the end of the year. Hopefully with this car actually. I've requested to borrow this one also. Okay, listen to this one. Yeah, it just lacks that clarity. It just sounds a little bit muffled again. And also the bass. The bass has some peaks. I'm not sure where, it could sound like it peaks at around 40 to 60 hertz. So some tones are louder than other tones. Okay, the last one here I'm gonna listen to is the rattling in the doors. We will listen to the mid bass around 100 hertz, and it will usually trigger some rattling in the doors. I'm gonna play a little bit louder. Oh. The right door is rattling. Yeah, okay. So how is the system? It's just average. If I would rate it, or I'll give it points, I would think I would probably give it around, I'm not sure, somewhere between 4 and 5 points. So not that great, but at least it has some bass, so it's at least okay to listen to. Some systems are really flat and boring, but this one, it's okay. We are now at Ioniq Dal. They're actually upgrading the chargers there. Finally getting more chargers. But over there at the roundabout, I measured that the distance was 227.9 kilometers, which means that this car underput distance by 1%. So you see, so far 156 watt-hour per kilometer. This is way lower than Aria. So Aria, go home. All right, now I just have to take a little break. We have 49, can you see it? 49% battery left. But this is non-linear, so so we are more than halfway. All right, let's check the weight. Front axle, oh, 1020. It should be front heavy since this is front wheel drive. And then the whole car, zup, 1820. Wow, the old one was 1860. Huh. So they shaved off 40 kilograms somewhere. Maybe more energy dense batteries, because the soundproofing here seems to be more or less the same. It's still kind of noisy-ish compared to, for example, Aria or some of the Chinese cars even, like Marvel. Wow, look at that. It's this time of the year now where the leaves are turning yellow and orange and the forest is just so colorful. Well, okay, so far we have, I can show you here, you see 35.5% left. And if you look over here, we see that we have driven almost 300 kilometers. The consumption drops every time we go north now because of the tailwind. But we should end up with around 156 watt-hour per kilometer. And the car likes to beep at me for various things. So now I need to figure out, GOM claims another 131 kilometers, but don't trust it because we have to go in the headwind afterwards. So I have to turn around soon somewhere and then head back to Dal. Okay, we are almost done with the test. I have 407 kilometers done on display with the 1% correction also, but look here, we have 1.5% battery left. Now, the reason why I go deep with these cars is that the state of charge scale on the Korean cars are not linear, which means that it drops a little bit faster towards the end. So that's why if you go to only 10%, it could look like you have more if you extrapolate the rest. So that's why I'm going deep. Normally I wouldn't do this, but yeah, HVAC is off. So just gonna take it slightly easy now with the pen. I don't want to run out of juice. But supposedly, you see here, state of charge BMS, the car supposedly hides a little bit, but I don't know if that one is available for use or if it just counts as braking protection or something. I don't know. But at least you see here that the cell voltage is nowhere near 2.5, right? So, but we don't know how this car cuts off voltage. But at least as long as it's more than 3 volts, then that's fine. I just, oh shit, 1%. Okay. Yeah. So I heard that the Korean cars, they tend to stop at right around 0%. So we have to be a little bit careful now. Woo. In the name of science, in the name of precision, I have to go deep. And I did not bring EcoFlow today. It's like, you know, having some fun with that protection. Oh, shit. Okay, I'm going a little bit slower, but whatever. It's not affecting the total test too much here. Just don't want to drop the voltage too much. Because if I hammer it too much, then the voltage might drop and then it might trigger the shutdown. Okay, but at least this is good. The car still shows range. Yeah, 2 kilometers of range it displays. That's good. Unlike the freaking Chinese. Oh, power limited. Oh. We have turtle mode. 0.5% the turtle mode comes up. Okay. All right. I'm gonna pull in. Pull out now. Before it's too late. Oh. Okay, we are safe here. Let me see, do we have ladders now at, wait. No, there's available charger for me. Oh, perfect. Oh yeah. Let me see. Wait, maybe regen a little bit back. Let me see. Wait, where's the charge port? The charge port is in the front on this car. Okay, I can just go around here, I guess. And then do a little flip mode. And that's it. Seems like we end up with 0.5%. Yeah. All right. SOTP. That's it. Damn, look at this. 80 kilowatt at 3%. You know, the old Niro and Kona and all the other ones, the previous generation, they could only take up to 200 amp. And they would usually be hovering around 70-ish kilowatt and the low end. This one actually charges faster than before. All right, so I can actually record a charging session. I just have to go to 10% and then we restart. So then we can get 2 birds done in 1 stone. Wait, is that how they say it? And you see here, also before you had to have 25 degrees Celsius in order to get that perfect charging speed. But now, 22% seems to be enough. We've been charging for 34 minutes and we are at 71%. But look at this charging speed. Okay, we topped at 81, 82 kilowatt, but now we are at 44 kilowatt only. So, yes, audio people will be like, oh, lol, they'll be charging at 70 kilowatt or more even. 70 to 90 kilowatt audio will be charging at. So, man, you know, I feel like, well, I mean, the car looks fresher. That's true. It looks different. It looks more modern than the old e-Niro that came out in 3 years ago, right? You can see in the back here also. So at least they did improvements here. And I can show you also, we now have, that's kind of hard to show you. I don't know, here. Okay, it's a little bit upside down, but this is vehicle to load, 16 amp. Except for that it can't be used right now because we are charging on DC. But it has vehicle to load. And you see, it has the new interior of everything, right? So the car looks and feels more modern than before. But I feel like the charging curve is outdated. Cars nowadays, they charge at 150 kilowatt, or at least 120 kilowatt. So getting only 80 kilowatt on this kind of battery is kind of, it's outdated. Okay, anyway, look here, look. Yes, what the heck is this? Ioniq, they are adding more chargers. So I don't know what they will put here, but finally we will have double the number of chargers. They will actually take out these old tritium chargers. That's a little bummer for me, because this is where I always record the charging sessions. You guys see it. It's nice and tidy with the charging screen here, but it will be replaced by the taller ones, that the one you see in Helsingborg and so on. But there will be 12 stalls here, which means that we will start using those foundations over there, and that will be interesting. How will people line up the cars? Because you can see that I'm parked like this, because it works here. I don't want to stretch the cable. That e-tron is parked like that. That Skoda Enyaq is parked over in the middle there. But eventually they have to stretch the cable and be more in the middle. But I guess with the new cable design, it will actually work better. We are now in the high-speed test. It's 6:30 in the evening, so I have to cruise 125. This is pretty cool. You see that the horizon here, this is one of the themes we can use on the instrument cluster. It changes with the time of the day and also the weather, because the other day it was raining. Yesterday it was raining, and then you can actually see rain droplets over the screen. That's really cool. And I like this one because this one shows the digital speedometer. All the other ones will be analog stuff. So yes, use this one. I like it. But their consumption is 246 watt-hour per kilometer. That is as expected, because this car has a drag coefficient of 0.29, so it's not very aerodynamic, but still better than Soul, which some people claim has 0.35. Or wait, or was it 0.34? But I don't know if you can hear it, but we're now on semi-rough Norwegian asphalt, and it's really noisy in here. It almost feels noisier than the Model 3. So I recently tested Aria, and Aria was really quiet. And then I come back here and it's like, what? Was it always like this? I think so. Now I'm on the left lane. You can hear the difference there. And if I go a little bit off where people drive, then the beeping starts, of course. So I think it was always like this. And it seems like Kia, they didn't really improve the soundproofing in this next generation. They just changed some of the other stuff, like the looks and everything, but none of it's done with the soundproofing. But for example, Leaf, the first generation Leaf was like so, right? But then with the 40 kilowatt hour Leaf, they improved the soundproofing. I could hear it and feel it was better. And then with Aria, it was just even better. So Nissan has been improving it, but Kia, they are just kind of resting on the leaves. Is that what they say? So according to the 90 test, we can get 64.3 kilowatt hour out of this battery. That is more or less on par with what we've seen earlier in the other, like Kona, e-Niro, the other versions before. And then also the consumption is also what we expect. So the Korean cars, they make very efficient drivetrain. This is front-wheel drive. So yeah, and the low-speed test, it's okay. The range is also 416 kilometers. It's legit. And then in the high-speed test, okay, the consumption goes up, but not that bad, because I think that the thing is that we have fairly low, like, base consumption. So then, boom, it doesn't go sky high. So yes, Aria is worse when it comes to consumption. And range also, this one is fairly okay, but I think the problem with this car is just the charging speed. Yeah. So we will see, because eventually I will do 1,000 kilometer challenge, and then we will see. I've done it already with Kona, but that was many years ago. So people requested me over and over again to do it with e-Niro, but e-Niro is less efficient than Kona, so it will actually be slower. But now we're getting over 80 kilowatt on this battery, so maybe it will beat Kona. We will see. Yeah. So anyway, I think that's going to be it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching, and talk to you later.